So we come to this is another very important plan, okay, that you have to study in your syllabus. You will see it is a Rauvolfia plan. And this Rauvolfia, it is a very important medicinal plant. It has so many important medicinal properties, just like the one we have studied, um, the that orchid plant. Remember the Habenaria intermedia? Even this plant, Rauvolfia, it is one of the important medicinal plants. Now, this plant Rauvolfia, it is its botanical name is actually Rauvolfia serpentina. Okay, and it belongs to the family Apocynaceae. So this plant, in India, it is known by many names. Again, it has many vernacular names such as Chandrabhaga, then Harkaya, Chandra, then many other names. I will give that in the notes. Okay, you will see that it is known by many other names in India. So this Rauvolfia serpentina, it is native to India. Its common name is Sarpagandha. You can see here its common name, and its botanical name is Rauvolfia serpentina. And this plant, it is native to India. It is one of the most important medicinal plant, and if you take a look at the plant, it is a perennial on the shrub. Okay, it is a perennial on the shrub, and it has a height of about 50 centimeter. The roots of this plants, they are tuberous. Okay, I cannot show you here. I don't have the picture of the roots. Okay, it's like a tuberous, and in the case of other plants with those with tubers. Okay, so just remember that the roots, they are in the form of tuber. So this tuberous root, it has a characteristic wrinkled and a coarse surface. Okay, a rough surface, and the bark of the root of this tuber, they are usually grayish yellow to brown, and they have this irregular longitudinal fissures. Okay, fissures meaning a kind of crack or narrow openings in the tubers. Okay, you will find. And the leaves, as you can see here, the leaves, they are long, elliptical, lanceolate. They are tapering at each end, and also obovate. Okay, obovate meaning they are narrow at the base. You can see here, the leaves, they are narrow at the base. That is obovate. And as you can see that the leaves, they usually occur in whorls of usually 3 to 5. Okay, usually 3 to 5 pairs at the nodes of the short stem. And the flowers, let me show you the flowers here. They are usually white in color, or some you will find, just like in this picture, the flowers are pink. They are either white or pinkish in color, and as you can see that they are arranged in this way, in a corimbos inflorescence. I had explained this many times when we studied other crop plants. Corimbos arrangement. Okay, the flowers, they are corimbos, and the fruit, it is purplish in color. You can see here it is purplish black, and it is single. Okay, the fruits, they are single, or uh, they are usually arise in pairs or singly. You can see here some, you can see two fruits are present here, so they arise in pair. It is referred to as didymus drupe. Didymus meaning they usually occur in pairs, or drupe here, it means that the fruits, they are simple, fleshy, with a single seed. Okay, so this plant, it grows in while in India, in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia. And in India, it is widely distributed from Kerala to the sub-Himalayan region. Okay, so these are other places in India, other states in India where this plant is growing. and not only growing, but it is widely cultivated in these different states in India. And this plant, it coming to the this topic here, it falls under the soil and climate, okay, for the cultivation of this plant. So it grows best in tropical or subtropical belts, benefiting from the monsoon rains, then sandy alluvial loam and red laterite loam soil. Okay, these two types of soil are the best soil types for the growth of this plant. And this plant, it requires plenty of humus, and a pH of about 4 to 6.3 are required for the good growth of this particular crop plant. Now coming to the cultivation. This crop plant, it can be propagated by seeds, then not only the seeds but even by stem cuttings as well as root cuttings. Now for root cuttings, if it is propagated by the root cuttings, these roots, they are harvested because they are in the form of tubers, so they are harvested during winter months. And why they are harvested during this time? Because just notice that this particular plant, why it is referred to as, why it has this medicinal property, because it contain many alkaloidal contents. Okay, it has a high alkaloidal contents, especially during winter period, okay, during winter months. So the roots are usually harvested during that time because they have a high alkaloidal contents. Now what are alkaloids? They are nothing but they are nitrogenous compounds which are obtained from the plant and which have a pronounced physiological action on humans. And these alkaloidal compounds, you will see here many alkaloidal compounds here are present in this particular crop plant. So here the roots which penetrate the soil deeply, they are removed with spade, and care is taken to keep the root back intact, because the root bark also, it is very rich in this alkaloidal contents, these nitrogenous compounds. And after harvesting, the roots are clean, air dried and packed for shipment in airtight containers. Okay, you can see here that the total alkaloid content of the root, it can vary from 1.7 to 3%. And the bark alone of the bark of the root, it account for nearly 90% of alkaloid content. Okay, the leaves, the stems, and as well as the seeds, even the seeds also, they contain alkaloids. But leaf, stem, and seeds, they contain alkaloids in a much smaller amount. Just remember that the bark alone, it accounts for nearly 90%, whereas the roots, the alkaloid content of the root, it is usually from 1.7 to 3%. So it is very rich in these nitrogenous compound. And that the morphologically, pharmacologically activity of this plant is due to the presence of these several alkaloids, of which you can see here one of this nitrogenous compound, the alkaloid compound here, the reserpine, is the most potent one. Okay, and other important alkaloids are also present. You can see that their names here. These are all the alkaloid compounds present in Rauvolfia. Now the drug Rauvolfia, which is obtained from the root, it has been employed for centuries for relief from nervous disorders. So all these here, you can see they are nothing but they are nervous disorders. Okay, anxiety states, then excitement, then also maniacal behavior, it's like a wild or a violent behavior. Then psychosis also, it is a severe mental disorder. Then schizophrenia is also a long term mental disorder. Then insanity, again, it's madness or mental disorder. Then insomnia, that is sleeplessness or inability to sleep. Then epilepsy also, it is a disorder of the nerves, okay, the neurological disorder. Then the root extract is also valued for intestinal disorders, and and they are believed to stimulate the uterine contraction. That is why these roots are used in cases of difficult childbirth. And the extract which is obtained from the leaf, it is employed as a cure for opacity of the cornea. Okay, the this leaf extract, which the extract which is obtained from the leaf can be used to treat this opacity of the cornea of the eye. And in recent time, this Rauvolfia, it has gained importance in the treatment of hypertension, that is relating to great physiological stress which is due to abnormally high BP, and also as a sedative, okay, which promote calm or induce sleep. Sedative and tranquilizing agents are those which have a calming or sedative effect. And in addition to this, Rauvolfia serpentina, two other species you can see here, Rauvolfia tetraphylla and Rauvolfia vomitoria, these two are also widely used for extracting the alkaloids. But here we are concentrating on this Rauvolfia serpentina. So these are some of the important uses of the Rauvolfia plant.